My sister demanded I abort my baby so she could be first. The rest of the family turned on me. What happened next left them in silence. I was 23 when I discovered I was pregnant. My fiancé Garrett and I had been together for 5 years, and we were thrilled. We'd just signed the lease on our first apartment and were planning a small wedding for spring. I waited until Sunday dinner to share the news with my family. I thought they'd be happy. My younger sister Penny had been trying to conceive for 8 months with her husband. She'd been stressed about it, but I assumed she'd still be excited to become an aunt. I was wrong. The moment I announced my pregnancy, Penny's fork clattered against her plate. Her face went pale, then red. "You can't be serious," she said. Mom looked uncomfortable. Dad shifted in his seat. "What do you mean?" I asked, confused. "I'm supposed to be first," Penny hissed. "We've been trying. You weren't even planning this. It was a surprise, but we're ready. Get rid of it." The room went silent. Even my younger brother stopped eating. "Excuse me?" I managed. "You heard me. Wait until after I have mine. Then you can have yours." I laughed nervously, waiting for someone to tell her she was being ridiculous. Nobody did. "Penny has a point," Mom said quietly. "She's been trying so hard. This would devastate her." My stomach dropped. "You're not seriously suggesting just wait a year," Dad interrupted. "Let your sister have her moment. You're young. You'll have plenty of time." I looked at Garrett, who was gripping his napkin so hard his knuckles were white. "We're leaving," I said, standing. "If you keep that baby, don't expect us at your wedding," Penny called after us. "Or in your life." I thought she was bluffing. She wasn't. Over the next week, my family launched a campaign. Mom called crying about Penny's mental health. Dad sent articles about ideal pregnancies facing. My brother texted that I was being selfish. Penny posted vague statuses about betrayal and favoritism that her friends understood perfectly. My phone wouldn't stop. My inbox filled with messages from relatives I barely knew, all saying the same thing. "Think of your sister. Be the bigger person. Families make sacrifices." When I refused, they stopped calling altogether. My wedding invitations came back marked, "Return to sender." Mom blocked my number. Dad changed the locks when I tried to pick up boxes I'd stored in their garage. Everything I owned from childhood was donated to Goodwill. At my wedding 2 months later, Garrett's family filled both sides of the small venue. My side stayed empty. His mother walked me down the aisle, crying the whole way. 3 weeks later, Penny announced her pregnancy on social media. The comments overflowed with congratulations. My mother posted, "Finally, our first grandchild. We couldn't be more blessed." I was 5 months along by then. When my daughter Iris was born, I sent a photo to my mother's email. It bounced back. Blocked. For 3 years, I heard nothing. Then last month, my brother showed up at my door. "Penny's in the hospital," he said. "Complications from her second pregnancy. She's asking for you." "Why?" He looked uncomfortable. "She needs a kidney. You're a match. We all got tested." I stared at him. "Does she know you're here?" "The whole family does. They're waiting at the hospital." I thought about Penny holding her daughter at family gatherings I saw on social media. My mother's comments gushing about her first grandchild. The empty chair at Iris's 3rd birthday party. "Tell her I'll think about it," I said. He nodded and left. That evening, I called the hospital and asked to speak with Penny's doctor. I explained I was her sister and a potential donor. I asked about her prognosis, the surgery, recovery time. Then I asked, "What happens if she doesn't get a kidney?" The doctor paused. "Without a transplant within 6 months, her chances decrease significantly." "Thank you," I said, and hung up. I never called back. 2 weeks later, my brother came again. "She's getting worse," he said. "Please, where was this desperation when I needed my family?" I asked. "When I was pregnant and scared and they abandoned me? That was different." "No, it wasn't." I closed the door. Penny found a donor 3 months later. Not family. A stranger through the registry. She survived, but my family never contacted me again, and I've never felt more at peace.